This lesson is on converting decimals into fractions and fractions into decimals. This also relates with converting mixed numbers into decimals and decimals into mixed numbers. Let's start off with some decimals into fractions. So here we have 7/100ths. I know this is 100ths because this is the tenths place and this is the hundredths place. And if I call this 7/100ths, it gives me a clue as to how to write it as a fraction. 7/100ths. Now, 7 is a prime number, and 7 does not go into 100 evenly, so I know I'm done. This is in simplest terms. So 7/100ths is simply that, 7/100ths. If I were to have, for instance, say 6/100ths, I would also write that as 6/100ths. But I'm going to notice something. I'm going to notice that this right here is an even number, and this is an even number, so I have to simplify that. So I place it on the ladder, 6 and 100. My lowest prime number is 2, and 2 does go into both of these since they're both even numbers. 6 divided by 2 is 3. 100 divided by 2 is 50. And 3 is a prime number, and 3 does not go into 50 evenly, so I now have my simplified fraction. So 6/100ths is 3/50ths. So 6/100ths is equal to 3/50ths, and 7/100ths is equal to 7/100ths. Now let's look over here at 2/25ths. 2/25ths, we remember that all fractions are division problems, so we can read this like a division problem. 2 divided by 25, and so that's how we'll write it. 2 divided by 25. 25 goes into 2 0 times. What I need to do next is make sure that I write my decimal down before I forget, and I put it in both places. And I put on another 0. 25 does not go into 20 evenly, so I will put a 0 there, and I'll bring down another 0. 25 goes into 200. Well, if I had $2 and I wanted to know how many quarters would go into $2, that would be fairly simple. It would be 8 times. 8 quarters equals $2. And if you'll notice, 25 is like 25 cents, and 2.00 does look like $2. Let's find out and make sure. 25 times 8. 8 times 5 is 40. 2 times 8 is 16, plus 4 is 20. Yes, it does. It goes 8 times. 8 times 25 is 200. And that brings the zeros all the way across. So here's our answers. 2/25ths equals 0 and 8, 0. Let me make sure I write that correctly, please. Equals 0 and 8/100ths. Let's try turning this into a mixed number. 6 and 52/100ths. 6 and 52/100ths. I know this 52/100ths because this is the tenths place and this is the 100ths place. So I read this as 52/100ths. So let's rewrite that problem. 6 and 52/100ths. Notice that we say the decimal number the same way we say the fraction, and that helps us remember how to write the fraction. But I'm looking at the 52/100ths and I realize that that can be simplified. So I will take my 52 and my 100 and I'll place them on the top rung of the ladder. The lowest prime number is 2, and that's where we start, was with the lowest prime number. 2 goes into both of these, so we will use that. 52 divided by 2 equals 26, and 100 divided by 2 equals 50. I still have even numbers, so I know that I need to continue on. Again, I look to my lowest prime number, which is 2, and 26 and 50 can both be divided by 2. 26 divided by 2 is 13. 50 divided by 2 is 25. 13 is a prime number, and 13 does not go into 25 without leaving a remainder, so I know I'm done. So 13/25 is my fraction. So I can't forget my whole number, which is 6, and my fraction 13/25. So 6 and 52/100 becomes 6 and 13/25. Now we're going to convert a mixed number, a whole number and a fraction. That's a mixed number. A mixed number is a whole number and a fraction all in one number. We're going to convert this into a decimal. We can take our whole number and set it aside. So we're going to write 14 over here. And then we just focus on our fraction, which is 5/20. And remembering that all fractions are division problems, 5 divided by 20. And that's how we're going to do this. 5 divided by 20. 20 goes into 5 0 times. So I'll write that down. And then I need to write my decimal because we're going to have some decimals here. So I write a decimal here and here. And I add in a 0 there. And 20 goes into 50 2 times. 2 times 20 is 40. 50 minus 40 is 10. 20 doesn't go into 10. And so we'll bring down another 0. But 20 goes into 100 5 times. 5 times 20, 100. And we have 0 all the way across there. So our answer here is 25/100. So we take our decimal and 25/100. Notice I didn't bring the 0 here because I'm going to write a whole number here. All I need is the decimal and these two numbers right here. 25/100. And so 14 and 5/20 is equal to 14 and 25/100.